Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Sarah, and in today's video we're going to be going over your Fieldlens mobile app. So this will just be a general tutorial where we'll be showing you how to access and edit your projects, how to create new projects and add people to those projects, along with how to create, manage, and edit posts and drawings within the Fieldlens mobile app. If you're looking for information on the web version of Fieldlens, you'll find that in a separate video tutorial. So what you can see here on my screen is my Fieldlens mobile app. I'm logged in on an iPhone, but you can access this Fieldlens mobile app on any mobile device, whether that be Android or iPhone. Once you have the app downloaded, your login will be exactly the same as the username and password that you use to enter the web version. So I can see I'm already logged in. I've got my most recent project listed up top. And I can see other groups of projects. If I'm part of a specific grouping of projects, I may see those here under that heading. Otherwise, I can see all projects down below. Up on the top in the black menu bar up there, you can see you've got a couple of icons off to the right. You have a magnifying glass for search. We can search for a project by name or number. We also have a little plus symbol. We call that the new icon. That's going to allow you to create a brand new project. All you will need is the name that you want for that project, the zip code, and the country. So we can go ahead and enter those three, hit the little check mark up in the top right, and that's going to create the project. Then we'll be free to go ahead and start adding people to that project, along with posts, drawings, and information to collaborate. We hit that little X in the top left to close out of that. And then we've got a little three dots. We call that the More icon in the top right over there. As I tap on that, I'm going to get three additional options. I can go ahead and share a link with other individuals, send them an email to invite them to join and create a Fieldlens account. I've got the opportunity to access my profile, which is going to allow me to change my username or password or maybe the photo I have uploaded, whatever that may be. And then we've got settings there, where I could access my preferred settings for my app in terms of notifications and projects that I want to be able to access, that type of thing. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and select a project to look at that's already got some data in it, rather than creating a brand new one today. You're going to see I'm now within my tutorial project here. And the first thing that we're going to notice is that down along the bottom, we have a black menu bar down there that's allowing me to access different pages within the project. And the one that we're always going to start on is called the workspace. That is kind of an easy home screen that's going to allow me to access different types of posts. Now, if you're not familiar with Fieldlens yet, the key thing to know about Fieldlens is that our projects are post-based. Every piece of activity that occurs on that project would be referred to as a post. So here we're simply seeing the four most common categories of posts or post flags. We've got RFIs, submittals, punch list, and safety items. And we've got those little numbers in the top right-hand corners of each square to tell us how many of those types of posts exist on this project. We can go ahead and tap to enter our safety list if we'd like. We're going to see all safety posts that exist on the project, and we can go ahead and tap on any of these to access and edit information. We'll also see off to the right-hand side, you've got a little three dots there next to the date that each post was created, and we can go ahead and change the status on any of those without even opening them if we'd like. And then up in the top right-hand corner in that black menu bar, you're going to see the ability to create a report. That little document icon allows me to generate a report on safety posts for this project, or I can hit the little plus symbol to create a new safety post right here and now. Now, always in the top left-hand corner of the screen is where you're going to find your back arrow. So we'll back out to the main workspace. We could access any of our other specific types of posts from here, or returning to the bottom menu bar, you'll see that you can tap on the post icon to see a full list of all posts for the project. Now the first thing we see is actually called our focus areas. These are various preset filters that we can access. We can look immediately at posts that are awaiting our response, open or resolved posts. You can see anything related to a daily report or assigned to me and my company. You've got those same four categories that we saw in the workspace: RFIs, submittals, safety, and punch, along with additional filter options down here. Now, the key to this is that I can personally edit my focus areas. Notice that blue edit button in the top right-hand corner. That's going to allow me to drag and drop my various focus areas so that I can arrange to see those key filters that I use most up at the top of this list, or to remove filters that I don't need to see or use on a regular basis. Scrolling down past those focus areas, you've now got all posts, and this is going to allow me to see all existing posts within the project, which in this case is only 5. Each post is going to get its own sequential post number, and then you can see that we're sequentially numbering each post by type of post as well. So we have safety number 1 and safety number 2 here. You'll be able to tell the type of post and the status of that post based on the icons on the left-hand side and the color scheme. So we can see those punch items are showing that little white bar there. We're seeing a question mark for our RFI type posts, an exclamation point for safety, and then we can see that little arrow with dots there for our submittal items. The color scheme is going to be orange or yellowish for open. We're going to have a green color for resolved, meaning that your collaborators have indicated they've completed all necessary actions on that post. And then we're going to have gray for closed, meaning that someone has verified those who marked themselves resolved, and we would consider that post truly closed. The last color scheme you'll have is blue. If you have an unassigned post, meaning there's no actions assigned to individuals on that post, that would simply show blue as an unassigned post. Now from here, I can tap into any of my posts. We'll tap on that safety post, and we're going to be able to see all the information associated with that post. I can see that there's a drawing here with a markup and a pin to show me what's going on. I can see that Carrie has been assigned to this post, but she has no due date. I can come in here and actually post comments at the bottom. You'll see I've got a reply section where I can go ahead and add a comment or a question and add that to the post. I can assign new individuals down there if I have the right permissions to edit a post. I can access my camera and take photos or select photos from my gallery. And then if I hit more here, I've also got the ability to add marked up drawings, attachments, weather, or a voice note to this post if there's anything I'd like to add while I'm walking the worksite and interacting with this post. The last thing that I can do is, as someone who's assigned to this post or someone with the permissions to edit the post, I could actually even tap on Carrie's name and change her status from open to resolved or closed. Again, resolved would mean she's completed her assigned action. Closed would mean that someone has verified that action to be complete and we don't need her to perform any further action. Once all individuals on a post are marked resolved, the status of the post will change to resolved. And once all individuals are marked closed, the status of the post will change to closed. Now I can go ahead and again move backwards with my X in the top left, but do note on the top right I have a pencil to edit this post, and I have those 3 dots there if I need to duplicate this post, share it with specific individuals, or mark it as unread if I want to come back to it later and make sure that I don't forget about it. So let's move back out to the main screen here. Do notice on this main screen, you've also got those top menu bar options. I've got the magnifying glass to search. I've got the document icon to generate a report. Anywhere you see that document icon in the app, you can generate a report that is basically a customizable report that allows you to filter down to exactly the posts and pieces of information you want to see regarding this project. And then again, you've got those 3 dots that's going to allow you to kind of shift your view or address your settings, or you can go ahead and ask us a question. That's our live chat feature that's going to allow you to reach out and talk to our support team. Now, from here, we're going to move along that bottom menu bar and look at the Create button. If I tap on that Create button, this is where, no matter what page in the app I'm on, I can go ahead and create a new post. So you can see here you've got 4 basic options for post flags. We call punch, safety, submittal, and RFI our basic post flags, which essentially flags the type of post that is. Notice, though, that you've also got that blue post button at the bottom, that is for what we call a no flag post. That would be something that doesn't fall into one of those 4 categories. It could be daily reports, it could be miscellaneous updates or photos that I want to add, really any other activity or assignments that you want to add to this project can be added as a no flag post. And that's going to allow you to upload that into the project and assign individuals without having to mark it as punch, safety, submittal, or RFI. We can tap anywhere outside of those buttons to close back up that create option. Now from here we're going to move on to drawings. The drawings tab on the bottom is going to bring us over to our drawings page where we can access our drawings by discipline, location, or tag. Now as you upload drawings, you have the ability to specify disciplines. You can create subsets of locations, up to 4 levels of sublocations within the worksite. So for example, I could have building 1. Within building 1, I could have floor 1. Within floor 1, I could have west wing, and then I could have conference room 102 within that west wing. So there's a great deal of ability to specify down your locations, both within your posts and your drawings. And then tags are going to allow you to kind of categorize your drawings in any other way that's important to you. Now, if I had any recently viewed drawings, I'd see them down in the bottom half of this screen. But you can see that I haven't been in this project for a while, so I don't see any recently viewed drawings. So that means I'm just going to have to go up to the top and I can pick through my disciplines or locations, or again, notice you've got the search icon up in the top right-hand corner. We can go ahead and tap on our disciplines here, and we're going to be able to go ahead and pick from any of the existing disciplines and see the associated drawings. Now notice that I have a few pieces of key information here. I've got the name and number of the drawing. I have a preview of the drawing right there, and I can tap to see it larger. I can see the number of posts that are on that drawing. And then over to the right-hand side, I want you to notice those green download arrows. These are going to be key if you want to be able to view the drawings on this project when you don't have an internet connection. So if you don't have service and you're in a basement or a warehouse somewhere, you're going to want to go ahead and pre-download these drawings. You can go ahead and tap on those download buttons, and that's going to allow you to see these check marks that lets you know you can access those even when you're offline. Do notice that this little more icon on any of these pages, whether I'm inside the discipline or if I'm out here on the main page, allows me to download all. So you don't have to tap each individual drawing. You can download all of these if you intend to be viewing these drawings on a regular basis. Now, before we move on to our last menu, which is the People menu, I do want to talk a little bit about how we access and mark up our drawings. So if we tap on any of these drawings, we can go ahead and open them up and see a large amount of information. Not only can I see the drawing here, and I can pinch with 2 fingers on my screen in order to zoom in and zoom out, I can tap on an existing post. I'm going to be able to see a preview of that post, and if I tap again on that preview down below, it'll open the full post. I can also bring up this menu from the bottom, right? You can see it collapses there, or I can bring it up, and that's going to allow me to see all the posts on this drawing. Notice these are the same focus areas that I saw on the main posts page. And if I scroll down past those, there's my list of all posts for the drawing. So very similar to the posts page, but it's isolated to just the posts involved in this drawing. I can interact with those. I can come up here to the top and notice you've got a search bar. You've got a filter option on the right-hand side of that search bar. You also have a report icon just underneath that filter icon. See that little gray page or document there? That allows me to generate a report specific to the posts on this drawing. And then up at the top, you've got those 3 key buttons up there to allow me to mark up this drawing. I can create a punch or a safety item right from here because we know that's a common thing that you'll need to do when you're working with your drawings. One of the best things about your drawings is that pin to drawing capability. So you saw that here. I've got what we call pins on our drawings, and I can, as I create new posts, either from the post screen or from the drawing screen, I can pin a new post to a drawing to make sure that as we're walking the site, we can tell exactly where that's located. Now, the last couple of buttons I want you to see here are down in the bottom corners of the screen right now. You've got on the left-hand side a little circle here that allows me to turn on and off the posts on this page. Because again, if I end up with hundreds of posts on this drawing, I need to be able to see a clean copy of the drawing. I can simply tap right here to eliminate all the existing posts and see a clean copy of that drawing. Or I can come over to the right-hand side and you've got a little bit of an overlay icon there. That's your overlay comparison. You can come in here and view various versions. I can see my current and previous versions, and I can choose to tap two different versions in order to overlay. You'll see one copy in red, one copy in blue, so that you can very clearly identify differences. We're going to come back out to our main drawings page, and from there, notice we can tap all the way back out. Now I have a recently viewed drawing there that you can see and a blue check mark to indicate that that's already been downloaded. The last piece that we're going to see today is our people menu down in the bottom right-hand corner here. We tap over here. This is going to show me a full list of everyone who's involved in this project, everyone who's on this project team, if you will. And I can see either a list of people or a list of companies, whichever I prefer. I can tap into someone's profile to see their name, their company, their contact information, and notice at the bottom I can send a new post directly to Nick if I'd like to. That's going to allow me to create a private post between the two of us that's associated with this project, but is maybe really only information that needs to be communicated to him and myself. Up in the top right-hand corner, you'll also see that search icon and that little new icon next to a person. That's going to allow me to add a new individual to this project. It's going to ask if it can access your contacts. That's going to allow you to add contacts from your mobile device. Or you can simply search for people. You can see this is a list of people in my company. I could tap to add Alberto to the project. Or I can search for email addresses, right? So if I go ahead and search Fieldlens for someone who's already a part of Fieldlens, I can find individuals here, or I can type in an email address. If I type in an email address, and that person does not show up, I can go ahead and add them via email, and that's going to allow me to add that individual. It'll send them an email and ask them to go ahead and join Fieldlens. Notice up at the top I've selected one user who's not already a Fieldlens member. I can hit next, and it's going to go ahead and send an email to this individual with a link for instructions on how to join the project. So you can see the note that it's going to add up there, and we've also got down at the bottom that notification, hey, we're going to send a link and instructions on how to join the project. So when you hit send, this individual is going to receive this email. It's free and easy for them to click that link and join Fieldlens to start collaborating on this project. So now we've seen just about all there is to see within the Fieldlens app. You've seen how to access your workspace and different types of posts. You've seen how to create posts and edit those. You've seen how to manage your drawings and how to mark those up and download copies. You've also seen how to add people and access their contact information from here within the app. Again, from just about any of these pages, you can access the same functions and features as you can in the web version. The only key difference between the mobile app and the web version is the ability to set up scheduled reporting. While you can pull reports from the mobile app, you'll want to set up your scheduled reporting from the web version of Fieldlens. But aside from that, that's our full tutorial. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for choosing Fieldlens.